They promise secrets to wealth in 60 seconds. They make investing seem as easy as a swipe, and their videos rack up millions of views while they reshape how a generation learns about money. Hello and welcome to FluxFolio Finance, where today we break down the rise of the Finfluencer. These are the social media stars of personal finance. Not licensed advisors in wood-paneled offices, but creators with ring lights and TikTok-ready scripts. Their influence is real. Their reach is massive. And their impact, well, that's something regulators are only now trying to understand. Let's talk numbers. A 2024 Charles Schwab study found 38% of Gen Z get financial tips on YouTube, 33% on TikTok, and nearly 29% said it made them feel more confident. Across the US, 60% of investors under 35 now rely on social media for advice, surpassing even traditional financial advisors at 57%. It's democratized access. Knowledge once locked away in jargon-heavy institutions is now delivered in memes, story times, and viral dances. But with that accessibility comes danger, because algorithms don't prioritize accuracy. They reward engagement. A Federal Reserve report shows 79% of millennials and Gen Z seek money tips on social media, with 62% of Gen Z relying on TikTok. Yet nearly 37 to 38% of Gen Z say these influencers actually inform their investment decisions. That power is enormous, and not always responsible. Consider what happened during meme stock surges. Reddit and YouTube channels hyped certain stocks to the moon, fueling real market volatility. Academic studies have found finfluencer sentiment can actually cause shifts in investor mood and trading patterns, especially in crypto markets. And there's more. In Canada, research revealed that 35% of retail investors acted on finfluencer advice and were 12 times more likely to be scammed. Meanwhile, 41% of US users say they distrust money advice on social media, aware many creators lack formal credentials like CFP, CFA, or CPA designations, but still make bold claims. Regulators are catching up. In India, Meta now requires CB verification for investment ads on Facebook and Instagram. In the UK, the Financial Conduct Authority has interrogated 20 finfluencers and prosecuted 9 over misleading content, warning about get-rich-quick schemes dressed up as friendly guidance. Australia's ASIC has issued warnings to teen influencers giving unlicensed financial advice to followers who often mistake entertainment for legitimate strategy. This isn't about gatekeeping. It's about protecting consumers from dangerous hype, because while finfluencers make finance accessible, they can oversimplify, overpromise, and underdisclose. Many present risk-heavy strategies, like margin trading or crypto speculation, as easy wins without highlighting potential losses. Yet it's not all bad. Finfluencers also fill a gap for communities long underserved by traditional finance. Minorities, gig workers, young adults with no legacy wealth. Creators like Mrs. Dow Jones, Haley Sachs, have found audiences hungry for relatable, demystified financial education. A survey supported by the Federal Reserve found that 76% of millennials and Gen Z felt social media made finance less taboo, a place to actually talk about debt, saving, and investing without judgment. But motives matter. As Morning Brew warns, many finfluencers operate with murky incentives. Some receive affiliate fees, sell questionable courses, or push unregulated products for commission. Investopedia found that over 70% of TikTok financial advice lacks critical disclaimers or omits key risks. And social media platforms amplify the worst of it. Creators who promise double your money in 30 days get more clicks than those offering sober budgeting tips. Algorithms favor hype over nuance. That's why global regulators are taking action. The CFA Institute now urges influencers to disclose licensing, conflicts of interest, and provide real disclaimers. Canada's OSC is collecting complaint data and boosting investor education campaigns. IOSCO, the global body for securities regulators, has highlighted influencer accountability as a key priority for consumer protection. Even big tech is being pushed to crack down on illegal promotions, with the UK threatening up to 5 years in prison for the worst offenders. It's a complex, evolving landscape. Finfluencers aren't going away. They're too popular, too embedded in how young people learn about money. The real question isn't whether they exist, but how to make them better. Finfluencers don't just sell advice. They sell confidence. They promise clarity in a world where finance feels intimidating and opaque. And that emotional hook is part of their power and their risk. Algorithms amplify what engages. They push content that triggers curiosity, fear, or FOMO. Videos that say, double your money in 30 days, spread faster than patient, cautious planning tips. Social media platforms reward virality, not accuracy. For many, the result is an echo chamber of hype. One user shares a crypto success story. Others copy it. TikTok feeds you 50 more like it. Before you know it, thousands are investing based on memes and 60-second pep talks. Academic studies even show that finfluencer sentiment can cause short-term swings in markets, especially speculative assets like crypto. But it's not just about hype. Finfluencers can also make money feel human. Accessible, less taboo. Creators like Tori Dunlap and Melissa Jean-Baptiste don't just talk about investing. They talk about wage gaps, debt shame, and financial literacy for women and people of color. They speak to audiences who have felt shut out of traditional financial advice. A Federal Reserve-supported survey found that 76% of millennials and Gen Z say social media made money topics easier to discuss. But with that power comes responsibility. Too many creators skip the disclaimers. Over 70% of TikTok finance videos lack any mention of risk. They promote margin trading, options, crypto speculation, or real estate flipping without talking about the downsides. That's why regulators are stepping in. Canada's OSC found that 35% of retail investors acted on influencer advice and were 12 times more likely to be scammed. Australia's ASIC issued warnings to 18 influencers for offering unlicensed financial advice. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority interrogated 20 finfluencers, prosecuted 9, and is pressing big tech to remove illegal financial promotions. Penalties can reach up to 5 years in prison. India now requires SEBI verification for investment ads on Meta platforms. These moves aren't about killing creativity. They're about protecting users from dangerous misinformation. For viewers, the responsibility is shared. Here's how to approach finfluencer content with a clear eye. 1. Check credentials. Does this person have real experience or licensing? CFP, CFA, CPA? 2. Look for disclaimers. Are they clear about risks? 3. Watch for conflicts. Are they getting paid to promote products? 4. Cross-reference claims. Don't rely on one TikTok or reel. 5. Treat social media as a starting point, not final advice. Because real investing isn't entertainment. It's planning, risk management, and discipline. Not every finfluencer is bad. Some are educators, translators, advocates. They make finance accessible for the first time. They challenge the elitism of traditional advisors. They start necessary conversations about debt, saving, investing, and economic justice. But others chase clicks and commissions. They oversimplify. They overpromise. They turn complex decisions into slogans and hype. That's the tension regulators, platforms, and users all have to grapple with. Finfluencers aren't going away. They're too good at meeting people where they are, too effective at breaking down barriers that kept whole generations out of financial discussions. The goal isn't to shut them down. It's to demand better. Transparency, accountability, real education instead of clickbait. Because money advice carries real weight. It can build someone's future or wreck it. So before you follow that next viral secret to wealth, pause, ask questions, do the work. Financial literacy is power. It's the difference between being sold a dream and building one. Thank you for spending time with FluxFolio Finance. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more honest, engaging stories about the real economy. Keep asking questions, keep learning, and keep investing in your future wisely. Until next time.